There are lots of unknowns and even fears for people making the change from working every day to retirement. And one of the top ranking fears for retirees, it's running out of money. That's exactly what we're discussing today with Michael Canet with The Savvy Investor. He's also a popular radio show host and best-selling author. Michael, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here again.
All right, nice to see you again.
I appreciate you having you here and coming in. And this is such an important topic for us. I mean, running out of money, I guess the first question, why is that such a real fear for people?
Well, think about it. Running out of money before you run out of time. You know, what are you going to do? You've worked all these years, you get a paycheck every 2 weeks, and all of a sudden it's gone. And that whole fear of not having enough to last your lifetime, it petrifies people. And sometimes it creates a paralysis where they can't even make good informed decisions.
It's something that especially comes to mind as you get a little bit older, you approach those retirement years. Key question, what's the best way to start to reduce that fear?
Well, I think obviously as you get closer to retirement, you want to take some of the risk off the table. If you think about it, people have spent so much time trying to figure out how to grow their money, and there comes a time where you want to figure out how to protect and preserve it so that it really is there, so that it can last that 20, 30, 40 years that we're living through retirement. So I think taking some of that risk off the table is pretty important.
Taking the risk off the table, a lot of people maybe have a thought, well, Social Security is going to be there for me, so maybe I don't need to worry that much. What do you say to those people?
Well, I truly believe Social Security is going to be there, at least for my generation. Maybe not, youngsters like yourself, but I think it'll change like it has over the last decade or two. But I think Social Security is going to be there. But for most people, Social Security is not the answer. I mean, it's a piece of a puzzle. Most of us are going to be forced to take money out of our retirement nest egg, and that's the important piece of the puzzle, figuring out how to make sure that nest egg lasts our lifetime.
Yeah, and I think people want to make sure they have enough income. Social Security may be one piece of that,
right,
but you want to try to supplement it if you can. If people are getting close to retirement and they want to continue riding the stock market, maybe a little too long, maybe not. What do you say about those people that are kind of riding that stock market late in life?
You know, I've always been of the mindset that, hogs get fat, pigs get slaughtered, right? So when you have enough, it's not that you can't leave some money in the stock market. I get that part. But once you have enough to make your income needs met, once you have enough to either, you put some money in CDs. I know they don't pay enough, but if that's how you can make your income, or if you use an annuity, or if you have dividend-paying stocks and preferred stocks, once you have enough money that you can put in one of those vehicles, taking the least amount of risk necessary to create that income, take that off the table. You can leave the rest in the stock market, because at the end of the day, if the stock market turns against you, it doesn't matter. Your income is set, and that's the most important part, making sure that you have an income stream that you're not going to run out of.
A steady shifting process. I guess as we get later in life, we're going to start to take some risk away, but still keep some. We want to get some returns, but maybe at the same time not expose ourselves to too much risk.
Absolutely. And there's so much financial noise. That's what we call it. When you see the newspapers and you watch the talking heads on TV, and we're all trained that you're supposed to invest, and keep your money in the stock market forever. Well, that's just not true. Why would you take the risk of, if you think about 2000 to 2008, 4 out of those 8 years, the markets were down 10 and 20%. Why would you do that with your retirement nest egg? The closer you get to retirement, the more you should be moving into those more conservative funds, those more conservative positions, so that you don't have to worry about taking your income. You want that paycheck every month, but why worry about taking it out when the market's down 30 or 40%? It makes no sense.
Right. Right. You can't react like that.
No.
It's planning. It's strategy. We know strategy is crucial. It's something that you specialize in, of course. And one more question. When people are maybe starting to move money out of certain accounts, they say, all right, I am getting close to retirement. I want to shift some funds around, move some money out of certain accounts. Any tips there with their strategy?
Well, for the income side, like I said, always take the least amount of risk necessary. We talk about using CDs, and people get nervous about it because CDs don't pay much. Well, then use an annuity, and there's all sorts of strings attached, and I get that. So make sure you understand how an annuity is going to work for you, but an annuity will produce that income. The place we don't like to take money for income purposes is really the stock market, because those ups and downs, as you're taking money out when the market's down 10 and 20%, and you're trying to take out 3 to 5, that's a disaster ready to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So much to think about, and something that really I think people could use some expert advice, hopefully from you as well. And this is why, if you are nearing retirement and you want to see if maybe your plan will or will not run out of money too soon, today, for the first 5 callers, Michael is offering a complimentary retirement income plan. Mike will sit down with you and personally analyze right where you are now and the best steps to get where you want to be for that successful retirement. The number there on your screen, 866-597-1040. Again, the offer good for the first 5 callers. Coming up next, Elsa gets a taste of some great vegan food with the Land of Kush. Stay tuned.